Today I'm going to show you how to build free organic garden boxes for your garden using old fence panels. Today on Drink, Smoke, Build. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I'm Billy D, and this is Drink, Smoke, Build. Today, on part 2 of how to build free garden boxes, I'm going to go through and actually do the construction of 2 garden boxes. Now, if you missed it, in part 1, we went through and disassembled all of our old fence panels, which we got from bulk trash on the sides of the road, what we like to call curb shopping here in Oklahoma. This is also real big throughout the country in many places. Bulk trash is where your city or whatever municipality decides to do large bulk trash pickup for items that won't fit in your normal trash cans, like fence panels or old appliances or down tree limbs. Whatever it happens to be, lots of people take that trash, put it out to the curb, and then there's people like me that go around and take a look at stuff and look for salvage lumber and other salvage materials that I can use in projects just like this. That's exactly where these fence panels came from, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with them today, is turn them into something else that is free organic garden boxes for your organic garden. So these boxes are going to be 6 feet long by 3 feet wide by 24 inches deep, or 2 feet deep. I'm going to build 2 of them today and eventually go out to build about 12 altogether. I highly suggest that when you are building multiple boxes like this, that you get all of the materials gathered to build as many as you can all at one time. The reason I say that is because instead of having to go through and measure each board every time, you can measure one board and use that as a pattern to go through and match up all the boards of that length that you need. So for instance, I have set up over here a board that I'm going to cut exactly at 6 feet. I'm going to then take this one board, lay it on top of 7 other boards, cut them exactly the same length, using this as a pattern, and then I will have all the same boards for both my boxes in the 6 foot length. Then I will repeat that process with 3 foot long boards for the width, and then to cap it off, we'll do 24-inch long corner posts that I'm using old landscape timbers that I also found curb shopping, and use those as the corner supports for the garden boxes to tie everything together. That's coming up right now on Drink, Smoke, Build. So you guys, I'm going to have to crank up the generator to get the saw to work this far away from the house. So I apologize if the noise is a little much. I will try my best to speak over it. Now, a chop saw makes this much easier and much faster, but if all you have is a circular saw or access to a circular saw, you can do this entire project with just a circular saw, battery powered or plug-in. All right, so I already have set up my board measured right at 6 feet. We're gonna go ahead and cut right through this, use it as a pattern on the next board, show you that step by step, and then we'll hit the time lapse and we'll run through the rest of the boards. Always remember to wear the proper safety equipment when using any power tool. So we'll loosen our clamp. Swing our arm around. Grab our next board. Raise our clamp. Put our original pattern board in. Make sure they are exactly butted up with each other. And then bring your boards on out until you get to the right point. Put your clamp back on. Flush everything up. Give it just a nice little easy tighten to hold everything in place, but you still want to be able to move it. So go down here and check again that these are exactly flush. And they are not, so we will adjust them just a tad. There we go. Then check your measurement by doing a dry run. Looks like we're about 1/16 of an inch off. So we will move both in just a tad. Tighten down that clamp. Check it again. Bada bing, bada boom. We are exactly the same length. Let's go ahead and get to cutting. All right, you guys, I'm going to speed through the rest of these boards. Have fun watching the time lapse. There you have it. All of the pieces have been cut for the frame, so we're gonna build that next. There are multiple ways that you can frame your garden boxes. Here is the first way, and probably the most common, which you make a box out of the 2x4s and then place the supports right in that corner and then nail or screw them directly to those supports. The second way, which I prefer and is how I go ahead and end up finishing this build out, is this method right here, where you actually stack the main rails on top of the supports and underneath the supports, and then run the 2 3-foot long supports on each end to the end of the bed, and then wrap that with the slats. So now we'll go ahead and start putting together the frame for the garden boxes using that second method. Now, something I want to point out to you guys is that I always drill pilot holes when I'm using salvaged lumber, because you have a very high chance of split in older lumber. So I highly recommend drilling pilot holes for all of your screws in the entire project. So I am not particularly worried about it being perfectly square, since it is an old salvaged lumbered garden box and it's going to be outside. So I'm not taking any perfect measurements or using my level. I might use my T-square at some point, but I'm pretty much going to eyeball everything from here on out. So, get everything lined up pretty close to where you want it to be. Drill a couple of pilot holes, or not. My mock-up didn't want to stay. There we go. Now get everything lined up pretty close to where you want it to be, and drill those pilot holes. And like an idiot, I left my screws all the way over there. Don't fall. Good garden box. All right, so yes, this entire project is free, even the hardware. I got this stuff for free, given to me by one of my many other contractor friends that had a bunch of leftover screws. They are a little shorter than what I would like. They're only 1.5 inches long, which is about the width of a 2x4, but if we drive them down in pretty hard, they should catch pretty well. Not worry too much about this. Once this is all put together with all of the different slats, it'll be very structurally sound. All right, to the other end. Get it lined up like you did the other one. And get it as flush and as level as possible. Again, we're not getting all super perfect here. Not gonna be that big a deal in the long run. All right, flip it over, repeat the process. Now again, because we're using salvage lumber, we're getting a little torquing here, so you might have to force some things into place with pressure. All right, so once I'm done, we are going to go through, do the other side, and add the top two, do the second box, and we're going to do all that in time lapse. Or wait, maybe I'll do this. Look at that! You guys didn't know I was a magician too, did you? So now we've got two fully framed garden bed boxes ready to go with the slats coming up next, and this time I am going to give you the time-lapse treatment. So now having the frames built for the garden boxes, now we're gonna go on and cut the slats from the fence panels and then get those attached to the garden boxes. I'm going through and cutting about 160 of these individual slats to put on the 2 different boxes. So I'm not gonna show you all of those, but I am gonna go through one run, show you how I do it, just like with the other lengths of board that I've cut for this project. I have a pattern already set up, a 27-inch slat. That's what the complete height of our boxes are going to be, 27 inches. Got that measured up here. We've already got the rotted ends cut off of these. Get it lined up. Make sure the saw is lined up with the pattern. There we go. Make sure this is smooth. Then make your cut. All right, and I just did 5. About to do 5 more. This is by far the fastest way. Don't like to stack more than 5 up here, but this is a quick, efficient way to get a bunch of these done. Now again, you can do this with a circular saw and cut 80 of these out for one garden box. Now, again, you can build your garden boxes any size you want. I'm building mine big because I'm going to have a lot of plants in my garden boxes. Check this here. There we go, she's all lined up. Make sure these are all good and pressed up. There we go. 5 more. Let's head over here and start putting some of these on the garden boxes. Okay, so now all of the slats have been cut. They're ready to go up on the garden box. I'm going to start at each corner, catty corner from each other, kind of like you would do a lug nut pattern on a car, to get the level and make sure everything is nice and straight and even. And then we'll work our ways to the center and then finish up by cutting strips for the center. Let's time lapse that. So there you have it. First garden box in the books and complete. You can see right here. So, obviously, as you can tell from the footage, I was up all day from sunup to sundown getting this first garden box put together. Didn't get the second one finished, but that's all right. Got the first one pretty much done. Actually, if you'll take a look right here and you see the top, the rail, I'm going to cover that with more fence slats, and I'll show you that in part 3. Actually, there are going to be 5 parts to this garden box series. The first 2, building the boxes. The third one is going to be soil and compost and getting the actual garden bed ready. The fourth one is going to be an irrigation special on how to put irrigation in one. And then The last one, the 5th video, we're going to plant the plants and show you the complete finished product with the soil, with the irrigation, with the plants in place. Cannot wait to show you that, guys. But before we get to that, we have a couple other videos we're going to be doing, a couple other series we're going to be starting. The S10, we're going to be working on that coming up in the next video. That's going to be the first car-oriented video we do, so you guys definitely check that out. That's going to be a blast. And then we're also going to be doing the chicken coop maintenance and upkeep in a future episode coming up here at the end of this week. So thank you guys for watching that. Let's have a beer, let's smoke a bowl, let's relax a little bit, and then we're going to puff on out of here. Thank you guys for joining me today. I know it was a long video. If you got any sort of educational entertainment value out of this, please, please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and then of course make a comment below on what you thought of the video. Maybe tell me something that you would do to change the way that you built it. Maybe you would change the framing, maybe the size, maybe the materials you used. Hit me up in the comments below and tell me what you think about this video and how you would do it different. Alright, you guys, let's puff a little bit. I got a lighter around here. Oh, there's one. Ooh, smoking on some Gorilla Glue. Smoke them if you got them. Did a bunch of building on this show today. Not a whole lot of smoking, not a whole lot of drinking. So we're going to get that out of the way right now. Much love. We're going to jam out to some music, and then you'll have me in the background, maybe even fast forward. Love you guys. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, like, share, anything you can do to help me grow my channel. Much love, you guys. Oh, one last thing. At 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving away something right here on Drink, Smoke, Build. Much love, you guys. Let's puff on out of here.